I am headed to Homestead Implements to tour their factory today, and it's going to be awesome. Just leaving my hotel room up in Jamestown, New York. It's going to be pretty cool. So Homestead Implements is, we're about to see their factory. I toured it yesterday, and it was awesome. It's an American-made implement company in Jamestown, New York, and they started in 2020. And I'm telling you, the quality of their stuff is incredible. We've been partnered with them. Well, we were officially sponsored by them for like 2 years or so, and now we're just affiliated with them. It's not a paid partnership anymore, and I think that's awesome because, or what is awesome about that is how you're sponsored by someone for a couple years, and then you stay friends with them and still use their products a couple years afterwards. So it's not just like, oh, he's only saying these good things about them because they're paying them to say that, and that's not the case at all, because they're not paying me, and they haven't paid me in years. For us to be able to say, we still love the Homestead Implements type stuff is a testament to how much we like the product and how much we like the company. So we're going to go tour their factory. So they were like, hey man, we've been buddies a long time. Why don't you come up here and see exactly how they're made? And so I was like, sure, I'll do that. That's pretty awesome. And so here I am going up here to see how the implements are made. It's going to be a pretty awesome tour. I did a bunch of B-roll yesterday, and today we're going to actually shoot the video, show how it's processed, show the whole processing line, the powder coat, the laser cutting. Pretty neat setup. I hope you enjoy it. So anyway, let's get down the road and let's get to looking at the actual factory itself in Jamestown, New York for Homestead Implements. All right, we made it. Here's the factory. Pretty awesome. But the parent of Homestead Implements is Jamestown Advanced Products. It's a big building. They've been here for years. They make like picnic tables and fire pits and RV electrical boxes and stuff like that. That's kind of the parent company. And the owner of the company owned a tractor and some farmland and said, hey, you know what? I think I can make better implements than what's out there on the market today. And that's kind of the history of the, back in 2020, that's how everything got started. And hence Homestead Implements was born. So we're going to take a look. Let's go inside and see exactly how they built this stuff. All right, so we made it into the factory. I got TJ with me. TJ is actually the agricultural sales manager for Homestead, and he's going to be my point man for moving us around and telling us where to go and showing us all the processes and things like that. So we're going to go check out the batch
oven first. Yep, right over here.
Okay, so
where we do the powder coating.
Okay, where you do the powder coating. Yep. This is wow, look at that. That's pretty awesome. And we got a grapple going in. So you were telling me the other day that this is for small batches because you have 6 different color options?
Yeah, so we get as much as we can in there, a couple of carts, but a lot of the smaller stuff we do on the actual line. So if we have like a lot of smaller products, we just run them through the line, but big products, we hang them up and they come out looking like this.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. You can still feel the heat off that.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Warm.
I mean, that's literally just came out of the oven. It's pretty awesome. I think they could have done a better job with the red though. I'm partial to red. But orange, I guess all you Kubota guys would like the orange. But anyway, so they're going to take a couple through here. There's a rock bucket that just came out of the. So this is the oven, and then it goes in here to get painted, or powder coated.
Yep. So the oven, after they get cleaned, they go in the oven to dry off, and then they get hung. And then once they're ready, then they come into the batch and they get all sprayed down. Then they go back and they bake.
Such an awesome process. Let's check out this rock bucket. Is that who it's going to?
Yep.
So
Hartman Diesel Performance LLC.
So Hartman Diesel, I see your rock bucket here fixing to get powder coated, and it's going to be black. That's pretty cool, man, to see that process. All right, where we going next?
All right, we'll go back down here. We'll check out the lasers that they're running.
Okay, let's check out the lasers. So this is where we just came out of the powder coating material there. This is where they stack their metal, and it goes all the way down through here. And you can see this is where they store their hard ox 450. They make a lot of the grapples out of it, and then some of the teeth for the rock bucket, I think. Is that right? Out of that? So the hard ox 450 is stored here, and they just have this shelves and shelves of it. It's pretty awesome. Now they've got a really cool laser cutting machine here. I mean, they'll lay a whole sheet on here and just cut out all the components for like the land planes and the box blades and all that stuff. So it's a pretty cool process to watch that happen. But the guy here will actually load up all the requirements into the computer. When they put the material on it, then it will show exactly how to cut it, where the pieces go. And then all the small pieces, I was asking them yesterday, all the small pieces that fall in between here, they actually put that in like a scrap metal bin, and it all gets recycled, all gets melted down. They sell it for scrap, goes out, and it makes a Kubota tractor somewhere. So the workers here will actually go and he'll program in what needs to be done on the computer and stuff. So let me ask you quick, how long you been here at Homestead?
I've worked here for 6 years.
6 years. You like it?
Yeah.
How long you been on the laser cutting thing?
I've actually run the lasers for about 4 years.
Started
with our old laser there, and this was our new RI laser.
Nice. Pretty high tech, huh?
Yeah.
So, well, I tell you what, man, you guys do awesome work, and to see you do this day in and day out, man, just is pretty awesome. So thanks for what you do. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when they come out, this folder just follows the whole product, but all the pieces are stacked orderly, and then off to the next piece of the process, and they go. And by the time it all gets done, you know, it'll get welded up, powder coated up, shipped out, and all that stuff. So TJ, let me ask you this question: now we're filming this in March of 24.
Yeah.
What's the lead? If I put my order in for a grapple or a box blade or whatever,
Yeah.
how soon can I get it?
It'll be about 4 to 6 weeks for us to make it, and then shipping time kind of depends on where you're at. But that's kind of the big thing, is about 4 to 6 weeks total just to get it all done.
Okay.
We've been shipping them closer to 4 weeks, but it just depends on what you buy.
Okay. And so what they do here at Homestead is they have a couple of incentives, I guess you would say. I don't know what your company term for that is, but you can get free shipping in the lower 48 and Ontario.
Yeah, Ontario, Canada.
So Ontario, Canada, the lower 48, you get free shipping. And so when you order it 4 to 6 weeks later, it's going to show up your choice of one of 6 colors. Boom, 6 weeks later, 4 to 6 weeks later, it's at your door, free of charge. And if you are a veteran, you'll get a 10% discount as well. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep, we do what we can for our veterans. We appreciate everything they do for our country.
Yeah, it's I tell people as a retired military guy, it beats working for a living. It beat working for a living, you know. And so, you know, I was mentioning earlier in the video that we were sponsored by Homestead back in 2020, and we had a code called Hank 5 that was applicable to that time that we were with you. So, but obviously, if you go back and watch some of our older videos and stuff, Hank 5 is no longer applicable, but the discount is, if you're a veteran, you're going to save 10% with a military discount, and also that you save a lot of money on the freight and the shipping and all that.
Yep.
So unfortunately, the Hank 5 is no longer around, but you still can save some money if you're a veteran and the free shipping. But there's a lot more to see in the factory, so we're going to keep making our way along here. Here's some of your Hard Ox 450 that's going to be put together as a Pinnacle Series grapple here. So this is what it all looks like. Man, I don't know about you guys, but that stuff fascinates me, to see how it starts from a sheet of metal through the laser, cut like this, and then some guys that we're going to meet, we may meet the welders here in a minute, but you know, they just take pride in their work. They set the grapples up, boom, hit them out, and out the door they go. So to see it from start to finish, to me, it's a really cool process to watch. So Marshall, this is your rototiller. Marshall, it says you live in Tallahassee. Well, as a Florida boy, I'm gonna hook you up with a Hamiltonville Farm sticker. I'm gonna stick it inside your rototiller here. Let's see. I'll find a. Let's see if it makes it. Let's see if the sticker actually makes it to Tallahassee. I'll stick that in there a little better here. Hold on, let me put the camera down. So listen, I think they're going to bill you about $75 extra for that sticker that I put in there. I'm just kidding. They're not going to do that. But Marshall, you're getting a Hamiltonville Farm sticker, but just only because you're from Tallahassee. So my assumption is you're a Seminole fan. So good on you. We're going to keep walking down the factory here. Now the cool thing about this is the production that they have is 4 10-hour days. Is that what you run here?
4 10s.
So they run 4 10. So of course, they give ample opportunity for the employees to take breaks, lunches, things like that. So at the beginning of the video, you heard a lot of kadoon, 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 and that was the guys working. Well, they're on break now, so it calmed down a little bit. But you get a chance to see some more of their supplies here, some more of their metal that they use. It's just an impressive facility, and it's actually cleaner than what I thought it would be. So, I actually saw people walking around yesterday with brooms, but it actually is clean, because I thought it would be not as clean, but it's pretty clean as well. Here's what doesn't convey on the video, but we're making a loop, and it goes from one station to the next station to the next station to the next station, and so I may not do a good job of showing that as we loop around this place, but here they stage some of the equipment, some of the pieces here. So like you have the grapple that's fixing to be put together, so they get cleaned, they get staged for cleaning. Again, the yellow folders you'll see everywhere, that follows the product. That tells, so there's your brush hog or rotary cutter, there's your grapple, there's your box blade. So it's pretty impressive. This utility, this section here is where the guy cleans it after it's been welded, so he'll get all the bad spots off of it. This is a utility grapple that they have here, and that's a bad mamma jamba right there, half inch thick. That's just, this is going to go on your 75 horsepowers, your skid steers, things like that. This thing right here is a monster, man. Golly, you ought to see it in action. I'll see if I can't find a picture to overlay here, but that's a bad mamma jamba. Hey, check this out. We're here with, what's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob, you're one of the welders here.
Yep.
So I talked to Jacob yesterday for a little bit, and you've been welding for 6 years. How many years you been with them?
I've been here for 6, I believe.
Yeah, 6 years. And what's your favorite thing to weld, or does it matter to you?
It's all fun.
Yeah, it's all fun. So I seen the welding that he done yesterday, and it's not as good as my baked potatoes, right? Or my bubble gum, but it's halfway decent for what you do.
Well, I didn't go to school either, so.
No, dude, I'm totally giving you a hard time. So how long does it take you to get? Okay, is this going to be a rock bucket? Is that what this is going to be? How long does it take you to get one rock bucket welded up?
Don't do many of them. Some of them could be 3 hours, some of them could be 4. It just depends on how everything comes off the laser.
Yeah. What about a grapple? Because Homestead makes the best grapple on the market, to be honest with you. And you've got a lot to do with that because of your welding. So how long does it take you to do a 72-inch?
72-inch grapple is right around 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours. So that's how much time is going into welding your product. So you also got to take in time what you do, the cutting on the laser, the cleaning, the welding, then the cleaning after the welding, then the patch coating and all that. So a lot of time and energy goes into making these things. So it's no, I was giving you a hard time earlier, but people.
I can take it.
People look at your welds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not a robot. It's not a robot welding it. So it's not this China junk that you see. It's not. It's a real human, a real man sitting here welding your grapple and your rock bucket and whatever else comes out. How many welders are there here that do Homestead Implements? 3, 4?
6, 7, 6.
Yeah, so six of us, or 6 of y'all. So six guys weld every Homestead Implements that come out of this factory, and he's 1/6 of that. equation. And from what the reason I'm interviewing here is because his boss said he was the best one. So is that?
No, I don't want that on me. I don't want that.
No, you did good, man. I've seen it. I've seen the time. I mean, like when you see your grapples come out, and you look at the welds on it and stuff like that. It's a really good. It's solid. So and it's got a lot to do. Appreciate you talking to us, man. So I'll let you get back to work, but it's good job. You do great.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Here's the brake that they use. Again, the computer's that big black box on the side, and then they'll put the metal in there and bend it in accordance with whatever implement they're making or attachment that they're making. So that gentleman's over there loading up one now. And these are all the pieces that will eventually be turned into something that me and you will use on our tractors. So big brakes, big brakes. So this is the staging area. They got some more supplies here. There's a lot to it, for sure.
Yes.
This is what now, TJ, you said this was an oven?
So basically this is the backside of the line, of the powder coating line. So what happens is after everything gets sprayed, it goes down through here and this goes all the way down to the end and loops back to the front. But this is the oven that bakes the powder coat on as it goes through on the line. So instead of having just a big batch, everything just goes down through this section instead.
This is probably my favorite station that we've run through today, is the assembly. So this is where, once it comes out of powder coating, once it comes out of all the welding, the powder coating, all that good stuff, then we're here and these guys are going to actually assemble your product. And so you look at this right here, these are already assembled and ready to come out. And so these guys have all your pins, your PTOs, it's nice and clean. The yellow folder's still with them, it's following along. And then these guys set it up on their workstations and they do the appropriate torque specs. They put the appropriate pins and nuts and bolts in it. The blades for your, like your box blades and all that stuff get assembled right here. These are your different blades that you're going to have on your land planes and your box blades and things like that. And so these are already pre-staged. They got some springs there for your different implements. Here's some caps for your hydraulics on your different fittings for your grapples and stuff like that. So all that's put in place where the workers can come over here, assemble it, and make it happen. I think you told me yesterday there were two assembler guys.
Yep, 2 assembly.
How's it going?
Good.
So this is the gentleman. These two gentlemen here are really the stars of the show because they're going to make sure that your product is assembled and assembled correctly. So they look at all the specs that they have on the sheet there. Tells them. Y'all do like pressure testing and things like that?
Yeah, hydraulic hoses, anything that has hydraulic hoses.
Okay.
We do every testing for that for 15 minutes.
Okay.
To make sure that it's properly tested before we get sent it out to the customer.
Yeah, right on.
Make sure our fittings are properly clamped down to make sure there's no leaks.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, y'all have is that a JD grapple that's fixing to be finished up there?
Yep, it's
All
a
right.
66.
Yeah, 66, right on. All right, so.
What we go by, the paperwork is generated from sales. When the customer calls, we have the proper fittings right here. Now we have a 3/8 adapter to fit our hoses, and then it goes into the poppets.
Okay, right on. Yeah, good stuff. All right, well, I'm gonna watch y'all turn a screw or something. this is something you don't think about. Pallets. So what they do is they have these pallets out, and then they modify them with these blocking or cribbage or dunnage or whatever you want to call it, so that the grapple, when he takes that grapple off the stand, they can place it on here nice and secure, and hopefully when it shows up to your place, the shipping company hasn't beat it to death. and you've got a nice implement, no scratches and all that good stuff. And they wrap it with this steel, they put the steel bands over it to keep it nice and secure, and then they wrap it all in this cellophane, because I have seen comments in tractor forums and tractor groups about other companies showing up and their implements are all scratched. I mean, your implements are going to get scratched the first time you use them anyway, but it is nice to have a new implement show up that you spend a lot of money on, with no scratches on it. But sometimes it's inevitable, but they do their best to try to make that not happen. So I was talking to TJ earlier, and everybody talks about supply chain issues and things like that, and that's like the go-to excuse after COVID, right? Oh, it's COVID and it's got supply chain issues. Do you guys have supply chain issues, or how does that work?
I would say that 99% of the time we don't have any supply chain issues. Specifically with steel, we have a steady roll of it coming in. If we see that we're starting to get a little low, we'll reorder. It takes a few weeks, sometimes about a month to get it in, but we make sure that we're thinking ahead so that we say, okay, we have all these orders that need to get placed. We get the steel in here ahead of time. Right. Every once in a while, there's a little odds and ends things, but that's far and few between whenever we have those issues.
Yeah. And the fact that they have, when we introduced the video, we talked about the Jamestown being their parent company, and all you do is metal work with Jamestown, right?
Yeah.
And so the fact that they can use that leverage to buy such bulk quantities of steel helps the implement side of the house as well.
Absolutely.
So it's and that's why you can have a 4-week lead time. So 4 to 6 week lead time. So I think that using that leverage from your parent company, getting it all in bulk, that's the way to go,
Absolutely, yeah. We work in tandem to make sure that even though we have a parent company that gets a lot of stuff done and they do awesome work, we also can work with them to be able to get as much as we can done here with all the machines and everything. It's just awesome to see how everything comes together within the same building.
And I don't want you to confuse parent company with some big organization that owns Homestead Implements. Yeah. It's the same. It's literally the guy that owns Jamestown was like, I can make better implements, and started making better implements.
That's basically it.
Yeah. So don't confuse. Don't think like some big corporate conglomerate owns Homestead. So when I say that, don't think that,
Yeah, we've been around parent company's been around for about more than 35 years now.
Yeah, veteran owned.
Veteran owned, yep.
Yeah.
So it's just the next progression, making sure that we make the best tractor attachments in the world.
Yeah, right on. After the implement gets built, assembled, and it goes through the whole process, from the raw metal showing up all the way to laser cutting, to staging, braking, batch, powder coating and all that good stuff, final assembly. It gets loaded up here, and a driver comes, and he'll take the implement, he'll get the implement loaded up onto his forklift, and this is where we talked about that free shipping earlier. So he'll take that actual implement with his forklift and get it loaded into the truck, and this will be on its way to a happy customer 4 to 6 weeks after they put their order in. Just like that, you have a completed Homestead Implements implement on the trailer ready to go to the customer. Pretty awesome. That's the whole process. So TJ, if they want to buy Homestead Implements, how can they get in contact with you?
You can go to the website at homesteadimplements.com to order directly, or you can give us a call, 833-625-0635. It'll be myself or Chris will be answering the phones, and we'll be happy to help you guys.
Yeah, I'll put that information across the screen here, and I'll put it in the description below. Like I said earlier in the video, we've been partnered with them since 2018 or 19, I can't remember.
Something like that, yeah.
And you know, we talked about the official sponsorship, and how important it is to maintain relationships like that. Because I'm telling you, and I'm being honest with you guys, if they were a garbage company, then I would have been like, first of all, I would have never been, you know, accepted them on the sponsorship, but I would not have continued to use their products even after the official sponsorship ended, you know. And so I think to me, that's just a testament of your company, your product, you know. So we really enjoy it. So thanks so much for giving us the nickel tour of the place.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming up. It's been a long time coming, and it's been awesome working with you. You've been just awesome for us, and we appreciate everything you've done for us.
Yeah, well, it's easy to do when you make good products. So, but anyway, hey, listen, we appreciate you guys. Check out this video of me actually using a Homestead Implements right here. Take care. God bless you guys.